One of the cool perks about being a dad musician, that just sounds so lame, is you kind of get to pick what music your child is exposed to. Now, we have a little girl who's approaching 4 years old very rapidly, way too rapidly. So we were kind of in a position where we wanted to show her, not just the classics like Gary Moore and her current favorite guitarist, which is Corey Long, but we wanted to show her music written by girls that not only rocked, but was actually really good, not just the pop garbage that, most kids are forced to listen to by their parents. And so today, I'm going to share some of those with you, which actually include 2 pop acts, but you'll understand when I get there. So I'm going to start this list off with a band that has gotten a lot of recent notoriety. They're currently on a stream with Herman Lee, the guitarist for Dragon Force, and that is Band-Maid. Now, if you've been watching my videos from the beginning, you might not know, I actually covered one of the Band-Maid guitar solos because it was so good in my Why I Love PRS video. And let me tell you, I don't need to pick out one individual member and mention how talented they are. They're all that good. And when you listen to them play live, it's not faked. This band is technically extremely gifted. The songwriting is very clever. It's not just, the pop punkish kind of stuff that a lot of people identify with this specific genre of music. It's really well thought out. It's performed at a very high level, and quite frankly, it's catchy. We both really like it, me and my wife. Now, the second band, I'm going to stay in Japan, and that band is named Scandal. I heard of Scandal maybe 10 years ago, but I didn't really like it. And that's because the music has gone in an entirely different direction. Originally, they were really, really pop rock, and it was not something I really found myself liking. However, I was recommended one of their videos on a Band-Maid playlist, actually on YouTube, and I heard it and I was like, oh wow, this is the same band? This is actually really good. Kind of going in the same way of Band-Maid, I don't want to harp too much on the individuals in this band because all of them are really talented. The biggest difference to me between Scandal and Band-Maid is in the lead guitar work. I would say that it's a lot more conservative in Scandal. You're not going to have a lot of these crazy sweep arpeggios or really, really fast legato playing. However, it's really tasteful lead rock lines and it's clever. It's not just generic. And I have to say that my daughter really likes this band a lot. And so we've been listening to them a lot lately. I really appreciate the songwriting and the effort that goes in. And again, live, really, really, really consistent and really good. And the last band I'm going to mention from Japan is not an all-girl band like the other 2. It is a band called Unlucky Morpheus. Another band that has gotten a lot of recent attention here in America because they've been posting a lot of cover songs of the lead violin player Jill playing crazy stuff like Eruption on the violin and Racer X covers. They are fantastic. Technical level, you listen to it and it's just kind of like, why do I even try to play technical? There's no point. I'm never going to be at that level. But it's really inspiring. Fuki is the lead singer. She's a very, very powerful voice. Overall package and her ability, fantastic. Both of the guitar players are guys, and they're monsters, dude. Again, they're so good. The tapping, and I think it's because it's dual tapping, and they kind of compose it in a way where they always leave space for each other. It works really well, and the band is just really tight. You should check them out. Now, if you're asking yourself why I'm talking about so many bands from Japan, we were actually supposed to move there last year, And due to, the lockdowns and all that fun stuff, we didn't actually get to go. And if we were able to go right now, we would be moving there instead of moving to Florida. So just thought I'd give you that little heads up. Now, going back to somebody that speaks English that you have absolutely heard of before, I have to say one of my all-time favorite singers is Hayley Williams. Hayley, for me, is the best popular singer I've ever heard. She has my favorite kind of mix of being able to do the softer kind of stuff and then really push. And I was really, really sold on her when I saw her perform live. She is the real deal. A lot of these artists get a lot of crutches. We all do sometimes when it comes to studio work. But her, live, forget about it. She deserves a lot more credit for how good she is. Now, this is a band that I'm going to guess you probably haven't heard of. And if you have, you're a lot cooler than I thought you were. The name of the band is Ume. Ume is a 3-piece with a kind of rotating drummer. They've gone through a bunch in the years, but it's a husband and a wife. The wife sings and plays the lead guitar, an awesome jazz master most of the time, and the husband plays the bass. This girl rocks, man. She's not a ripper, but she's a riffer, and the music has so much like power and drive behind it. And I think I like it so much because she doesn't sing in the prototypical way that you would think a girl would sing. She has power behind it. She has grit. Really, really solid band. I would absolutely recommend checking out their stuff. Now, for those of you that speak Spanish, this name is going to be one you've absolutely heard before. This is Mon Laferte. I don't even know where to start with her. Her voice is probably the strongest voice I've ever heard. She has this presence on the stage as well. She's just so powerful. She sings with so much conviction and so much passion. And a lot of her music I actually don't care for because it's so overproduced and affected and just altered. And when I see somebody with a talent level of this, and then I see the actual soul of the voice kind of transformed and mutated to the levels that sometimes they do, it kind of makes me bummed out. But that being said, the live performances of her with her backing band behind her, she is amazing. She just has it. And I think of Tu Falta de Querer and the way that when she's performing it live, when the last chorus, she's literally tearing up and just, you could see it in her eyes. It's real. And I don't know, that's what music's all about, whether you like that kind of music or not. You have to recognize, you have to tip your cap when talent's that high. And I'm going to wrap this list up with a band you've definitely also already heard of, and that is Metric. They've gone in a more electronic kind of direction, not too dissimilar to a band like Muse over the last few years. However, their older stuff I really like. It's really guitar-based and driven, and it's got a really unique tone to it. I liked it when it was kind of the mix of the electronica with the analog instruments, and the more it's kind of gone towards the more purely electronic, bass. It's kind of lost my interest a little bit, but the talent's there, the songwriting is there, it's clever. It doesn't go out of its way to go over the top clever, but it is clever enough where as a musician you listen to it and you say, oh, I see what you did there. That was tricky. And that's going to wrap up this list of music that we've basically been exposing our daughter to show her that girls can rock too. And yeah, let me know what you think about this list. Is there somebody that I missed? I know there are a lot of really good girl guitarists out there like Nita Strauss, Orianthi, But I just wanted to focus on stuff that, you know, my daughter's really taking a care to and that we also really enjoy. So leave me a comment, let me know about that. Like the video if